This video is not about FS Expo 2024 being held in Las Vegas later this year, but it is about one of the companies that will be represented at the show. It's a name we haven't seen before, and it's definitely piqued my interest. This is the Sim Hanger channel. My name's Mark, and let's get started. The Flight Sim Association, in conjunction with FS Elite, as well as a variety of content creators and streamers, including yours truly, participated in an exhibitor reveal livestream where the Flight Sim Association announced the first batch of exhibitors planned for this upcoming show. If you missed it, link in the notes below. As we scan through the list of exhibitors, there's many names we'll be familiar with, and for some it'll be their first time as an exhibitor. However, when scanning through the names, there was one I just didn't recognize. And to be honest, one I'd never even heard of. It's Combat Pilot. Well, that sent me off digging for more information. And what I found? Well, it was a pleasant surprise. It's a brand new sim coming to the market. Date TBA, but the fact that they're at the show is indicative that, well, development's ongoing. Okay, so what exactly is Combat Pilot? Well, it's a new hardcore combat flight simulation set in the Pacific Theatre during World War II. Okay, so that's a little bit interesting. But it gets more interesting when we realize who's behind this. And leading the Combat Pilot team is Jason Williams. He was the previous CEO of 777 Studios, and chances are if you're familiar with IL Stormovic, you'll know his name well. Jason and his team have teamed up with Barbed Wire Studios and a new unit called Trophy Aero, which are currently developing Combat Pilot. It should be noted at this stage that it's in its very infancy of development, with a strong emphasis towards historical accuracy, engaging gameplay with built-in multiplayer, built on the latest advancements in the game engine architecture and technology, including, they say, advanced and soft body physics. Wonder if that means damage? Built-in virtual reality compatibility, multi-threading ray tracing, dynamic virtualized geometry, particle effects, and what they're calling next-gen sound, whatever that may mean. In the short to medium term, we can only expect the Pacific Theatre of Operations, but to be fair, that's probably one area that's been fairly neglected in combat sims to date. But once up and established, well, that could spread elsewhere, stepping both back and forwards in time and history. The team consists of a fairly wide range of different skills, varying from engineering skills and experience in the commercial aerospace industry, they say has allowed them to build up an industry-grade toolkit, making for exceptionally high accuracy in terms of the flight models. This is further enhanced by computational fluid dynamics situations coupled with available aircraft documentation to verify the theoretical calculations. Whoa, that was a mouthful. The team are still involved in collecting information, particularly on Japanese aircraft where documentation and reference is rare, and where that information can't be referenced or sourced, well, they're in an ideal position to fill in the gaps, with some of them having previously worked for Airbus, Eurofighter, Saab, and others. What particularly excites me is a new combat sim built on and taking advantage of today's technology. Aircraft currently in development and being worked on include the A6M2, you'll probably know it better as the Zero, and of course the fabled F4F Wildcat. But development is not just restricted to aircraft, it includes aircraft carriers such as the USS Enterprise, ground gun placements, and I can't wait to see the rendering of their Midway. In a recent update they said yes, they'll have a small booth at FS Expo 2024. Not quite sure what they'll show, but they'll have a number of their team members there, and if you are visiting, please pop in and say hello. Well, I'll certainly be doing that. From my perspective, well, it's good news to see more sims entering the space, and it'll be very interesting to see how this one evolves. When can you expect to see it? Well, honestly, I don't know. If I had to take a wild stab in the dark, I'd say, well, it's got to be sometime in 2025. And I'd imagine they'd release the core elements of it, and then add to it and development as it progresses. And whilst I don't know and stand to be corrected, I'm assuming at this stage it's PC only. Is this up your street, something you'll be interested in? Let me know in the comments below. For clarity, please note this is a standalone sim and not an add-on to Microsoft Flight Simulator. As always, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It helps the channel. Thank you as always for joining me. Stay well, look after yourselves, and ciao for now.